Seems fitting. All right. How are you guys doing today? Tuning in with our health update on the 2nd. I was supposed to go and get an MRI today, with contrast and without contrast. However, they had to reschedule it for tomorrow because there's no radiologist on call or at the office where I was going to go, so I have to go to another office down in San Bernardino. But that's okay. I need to get this contrast MRI done. If I haven't said it in any other health updates yet, I found it's been there for a while too. I've known about it for quite a while. And the first time I tried to get it looked at, they didn't find it. It's because I knew she wasn't going to find it. But I have a small baby size lump at the base of my penis. It's pretty much just above the balls. But about 5 years ago, I went in to get an ultrasound to have them look for it, and I remember telling the woman doing the ultrasound the entire time, I said, "You're not getting it, you're missing it." And all she had to say was, "I'll do my job." It's like, dude, of course. You know what I mean? Of course, I had to get some pride fucking driven person. So, of course she missed it. They didn't see anything. Oh, there's nothing wrong. Except there's definitely a BB sized, rock hard something down at the base of my penis. Me and Rooster have been joking that it's a cum rock. And I told Dad that's exactly what I first said. I was like, dude, watch me be like the first person to have a fucking cum rock stuck in their junk. But yeah, it's just time to get that looked at again. You know, I kind of forgot about it for a while. Just it's not like I wanted to, I just did. So I'm going to get they ordered a contrast MRI at the pelvis area, and hopefully if it gets approved, they should be doing an MRI of my brain again. I asked them if they can do the brain at the same time, so that way we can see if my hippocampus has misshaped in any other way, or if there's any other problems going on up there that we don't know about that might be developing now. So I'm really hoping that the MRI goes through on the head and that got approved, because I would really like to see the hippocampus again and compare it to the previous MRI. Other than that, I'm just really hoping that they get the it's funny, the order for the MRI for the pelvis area, it says lump at base of penis. That made me laugh so hard. But I'm really hoping that they can see this lump in the MRI and they don't miss it again. Otherwise, I guess I'm just gonna have to find someone else, get another referral to get another ultrasound, and hopefully not get it done by someone who has pride issues and will let me use that wand on myself and put it exactly where I know where it is. I mean, the woman doing the MRI, she didn't even want to feel around for it. Like, it's your job to, I mean, oh my gosh. And that was in San Bernardino fucking doo-doo as well. So it's just pointless to go to San Bernardino, I feel. I hate going there. But that was the only place where they have a radiologist right now. Kind of was screwed. Have to go there. But I'll have another health update very soon. I don't know how soon I'll get the results of the MRI after they take it, but I'm definitely going to let you guys know exactly what they say about that MRI, and then we'll, hopefully we'll hopefully see if my hippocampus has tried to, I don't know, deform in any other manner, or if it's possibly healing somehow. I honestly don't know. So, other than that, my breath is so much better. I can breathe so much better. I ordered an air purifier for our bedroom, and that came in yesterday. So we've got the air purifier in the room now to just trying to take every step that I can to make sure that I'm being more healthy in my life. Right now, I'm getting a salad up here at Jitters in Uptown Ukaipa. If you guys have never been to Jitters in Uptown Ukaipa, I highly suggest that you come here and check it out. Their sandwiches are only $6.75. I mean, I'm not even joking when I'm like they are huge, huge sandwiches. I mean, just the meat, it's like this thick. It's like an inch solid meat, and you can get all of the fixings that you want, and it comes with a bag of chips. You know, a small little bag of chips. That's just unreal. You can't even go to Subway and get a $5 footlong anymore. Or at least one that you want. You have to. Oh yeah, if it's Monday, you can get this one. It's like, geez, Subway, what the hell happened? Wait, oh yeah, I did. Turkey. I forgot to mark it. See, look at that. I forgot to mark it. And the turkey is dank here. I don't know. I've got to ask them whether they cut it themselves or what. But I mean, they're such thick slices. It's delicious. It's almost like they cook the turkey themselves at home or something, or here, and then slice that cooked turkey. Delicious. So I highly suggest that you guys check out Jitters. They have really good drinks as well. I'm trying out the Thunderbird, is what it's marked on. It has question marks on it online. I thought that was hilarious, so I ordered it the same way. I said, I'll take a Thunderbird. A mutual friend named those, which I thought was funny as well. I'm not coughing up nearly as much black tar. My breathing is so much better already. It's been 15 days since I quit smoking both cigarettes and marijuana. And I don't have any cravings for them at all anymore. I mean, I've never had a craving for weed. I wanted to smoke weed so that way I could change my headspace and feel different. It's the only reason that I ever really smoked weed, was just to change your headspace, you know? But I'm doing fine without both of them. I'm very, very proud of myself for not smoking marijuana. I seriously never thought that I would do that. And now I've got all these beautiful pot plants in my backyard that are just about ready to harvest. And within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'd say they're going to be ready to harvest. And I'm not even going to smoke it. What's cracking, man? So it's kind of interesting to have grown all of this weed to not use it. I know that there's going to be a couple people that are going to be asking for it. I'm not going to sell any of it because obviously that's illegal. But like, I'm going to give some to my mom. I'll give some to my brother if he decides to get his shit together. But as of right now, I'm going to have a lot of weed, and I'm not going to smoke it. So pretty much just going to have it at home for like the next parties and stuff like that. When we host parties, I'll have a little jar of weed out for everybody to smoke on. So it'll be kind of fun, you know. But the money I've saved already from not smoking cigarettes, I'd have to check it again right now, but yesterday I checked it. It was like $172 that I had already saved from not smoking, which is very, very good. And technically I haven't saved any of that money because I've been eating it. As you can see, I am extremely scrawny. I have nothing. I only weigh 140 pounds, and I'm 6 feet, 1 inches tall. I should weigh about 160 to 170 pounds, but it's so hard for me to gain weight. It's extremely difficult for me to gain weight. I don't know why. I know I have a high metabolism, and aside from that, I can't stop being physically active. Yesterday was the first day that I juggled in about 5 or 6 days, and I juggled for 2 hours. I cut it down to just 2 instead of juggling my normal 6 hours in one day, in one session. Another fantastic thing about juggling yesterday is that I didn't have to take a single break that whole 2 hours. Normally, when I was still smoking heavily, smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, smoking a bong every 30 minutes, I would probably smoke a bong, and then I had actually moved over to dabs, and so I was smoking at least 1 to 3 dabs every 30 minutes. I had increased my tolerance way too much. I mean, way too much. It's another reason why I actually quit. So, I mean, it's not like I quit smoking weed to just quit smoking. I wanted to take that tolerance break. But now that I have my clear and level head, I just don't I don't know. I don't see myself going back to it for a while. Maybe one day I'll smoke every now and then, and I'll actually be able to use it to go to sleep. But yeah, I have a super high metabolism, and I didn't have to take one break. It was amazing. I would take a break every 30 minutes or so when I was just 2 weeks ago, when I was still smoking. I literally had to sit down, and guess what I did every time I sat down? Smoked a fucking cigarette, at least part of one. So the fact that I was able to get through that 2 hours of juggling without taking one single break was fantastic. And I didn't even realize that I did that until after I had gone inside and stopped juggling. And I looked back at the clock and I went, wow. I even texted my cousin. I said, dude, I just went 2 hours. I didn't even sit down. That's a huge difference. But again, my skinny self, I, I just need to sit down, literally sit on my ass for about a week. I've been working on making a video. It's a 2D platform. I've never made a video game in my life, but YouTube has made that so easy. I feel so terrible for people who have paid to go to school when now all of that information is just right there on YouTube. I mean, University of YouTube. You can learn anything on that website. Same thing with I can't remember the name of the website right now. It's like a subscription. You pay $10 a month, and you can learn whatever you want. Watching at that time, you don't even have to currently watch it at that time. You can just set it up, record it, and you'll have all of that information for the rest of your life as long as you back it up in the right problems or proper places, and just don't let your hard drive fry with all of those videos saved. So you could subscribe once. Literally, you can pay just $10 and record every single thing that you wanted to learn, and then you can learn that stuff. It's kind of amazing that this kind of information is just available for so cheap. And I've got to throw a shout out and a thank you to all of the people who have made that kind of stuff possible. I mean, the only reason that we have these YouTube videos is because people went and paid to learn this stuff, and they decided to put this information up on YouTube. So a huge shout out and thank you to all of those people making these things possible for everyone that either can't afford it and want to learn, or just want to learn and are lazy and don't want to pay for it. Have the money, don't want to pay. Tons of people like that out there right now. But I guess it doesn't really matter anymore. Information's all out there. So go and learn it. There's no reason to sit there and do nothing. I've been somewhat playing a few video games, but I've even cut back on the video games, and I've just been working on things for the video game. So I've been working on music. You can download Fruity Loops for free. It's not the full version, obviously. It's the same thing with Unity. I'm using Unity as the platform to develop the 2D platform game. It's free. They give you everything that you possibly would need for free, and if you want to just have even more access to everything, then you can not only just go and download add-ons that are also free, but then you can go and pay for Unity Pro or whatever it's called, the official version of Unity. And that really isn't even that much. That's probably as much as one of my GIA classes have been, which I've been kicking ass at those too. I finished my Pearls class. I'm enrolled in my Colored Stone Essentials class. It's the two. I know that 149 was the Pearls, so it's not 249. I can't remember the numbers. I'm remembering the gemstone information rather than the number for the class. But I'm knocking those classes out left and right. I've already got, now that I've finished the Pearl class, I'll have 6 certifications from the GIA. And hey man, I am very proud of myself for going back to school in a sense. I thought about, recording all of that information too. They give you a PDF, so I have been saving each PDF for every class, so that way I can have that information. But I mean, I could have been screenshotting every single quiz. I could have been screenshotting the finals. It just didn't feel right to me. I'm not the person to give that out. I don't want to get in trouble by the GIA, and I'm paying for this. It's just something that I do feel you should pay for. I know it sounds weird, I would love to be learning this for free, but if you learned all of this information outside of the GIA, what was the point? You have no certifications. Whoa, that sounded weird. Certifications. And so, what's the point of doing that? You know what I mean? Yeah, you'll know the information, but you can't go and get a job cutting diamonds in a lab if you just learn the information. You have to have those certifications in order to get those jobs. So, definitely worth it. As for making a video game, you have to have zero certifications to make your own video game, and if it's a successful video game, then you just made money, right? So if you're good at making video games and you don't know it yet, try it out. I can't believe how easy it is. But I've been making music in Fruity Loops. I've been making sound effects. Just going through and making everything that I feel I need for the video game. I obviously don't know what all the assets I'm going to need are yet. But aside from that, it's just spending time making tile palettes. My good friend is the one creating the art. He's the one that was suggesting, he was like, I would love to make a video game, you know? And I told him, fuck, I'll make a video game if you provide the assets, the art for it. And I mean, like 4 days later, bam, I had assets out my asset. So I was just like, wow, that's awesome. So I've been going through and creating all these different tile palettes and making all of the stairs, making the buildings that I've got, making the, inside. I've got hospital tiles and I've got street tiles now, and I've actually been building my own tiles to make my own levels as well. So it's just spending time in the tile palette right now, creating all of these different images, the street with creating the building. So that way, when I have other friends like Robert and my brother come in to help make the game, and if they want to make a level, they can just go into those tile palettes and here's this building, here's this street, here's this meter, here's a cone, here's the inside of the hospital, all of it. I'm just getting it all nice and organized. And once I get a little bit more tile palettes created, then I'll start making my actual first level. We actually have the boss now. We've got our first boss. I have my character moving how I need him to. Thank you again for Bracky's. Bracky's was a person that I started watching first, but his videos are not for beginners. They are for people who like to copy and paste. He doesn't create his own scripts. He doesn't create any of his own art. He says, okay, if you go to this link, then you can download all of this crap, and we're going to go ahead and copy and paste this script into here. I didn't learn how to make anything by doing that. It's like, yeah, Bracky's I learned a few things, but there's a lot better videos than Bracky's out there if you're actually trying to learn how to create things from scratch. Learn how to actually script and how to call upon things. So that's pretty awesome. But back to the health, right? That's still part of it, is that I'm not wasting my time. I'm staying inside because it's extremely hot here in California. Record-breaking heat again this year in Death Valley of 137. Oof, nasty. But aside from creating the video game and creating the assets, I've just been kind of relaxing and taking it easy. I'm still not allowed to work. I am not allowed to drive, which is driving me insane. I see all of these people who are not doing anything when they could be working. It doesn't even matter where. It doesn't, it's just crazy that I can't work and all of the people that I know around me can work, and they're being lazy as fuck. So don't be like them. Do something. Make a video game. Start doing what I'm doing. Look, I'm just talking to you guys right now. I'm making a video and putting it online. Who cares? Is it going to be successful? I don't know, but who cares? It's easier than doing absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? So I highly encourage you guys to start doing anything. Learn how to play with a yo-yo. Learn how to juggle. You don't need juggling pins to learn how to juggle. I started with juggling balls. And, there's just all kinds of different things that you could be doing right now instead of absolutely nothing. So I hope that people are utilizing their time right now in this quarantine. And I hope that they're just not doing nothing. But aside from all of that, what other kind of health update? My breath doesn't smell. That's really nice. My breath doesn't smell like shit. My tongue isn't encrusted with yellow crap. I mean, every single morning I would wake up, it looked like I was sick. You know, like that illness. You'd look, you go and look at in the mirror, and your tongue has just got pus and shit all over it. That's pretty much gone away since I quit smoking. So if you're wondering why you have bad breath, it's because you smoke. If you're a smoker and you're wondering, if you don't brush your tongue and you're a smoker, you really should start. If you don't brush your teeth, period, start. I'm not going to name any names, but I remember going to school in the mornings, and one of the people that would drive me, he would open his mouth to start talking, and I mean 2 or 3 words would come out of his mouth, and it would stink up the car to the point where I would crack my window. I tried to make it, I tried not to hurt anybody's feelings all the time when I was younger. I kind of gave up on that. I'm not afraid to hurt people's feelings anymore if it's for a good cause, I guess. If they're being lazy, if they're an alcoholic, if anything, like, I will call you out on that and say, stop being a fucking alcoholic. You're a loser. You know, stop doing nothing. You're a fucking loser. I'm not afraid to tell people that anymore. But I remember I would literally have to crack the window just a little bit to try and make it seem like I wasn't fishing for fucking fresh air. But I mean, he would smell the entire car up with his breath, and I would be leaning out, trying to breathe through this little crack that I've made. And that was back when, like, it was so cold in the mornings that I couldn't roll the window down the whole way, or else I'd start freezing and I would get yelled at. Oh, you know, everybody would say, roll the window up. So I would just crack it enough to not smell that nasty ass breath. That's something very important. So important. If you know you've got nasty smelling breath, don't look at people when you're talking at them. Talk away from them. Have your breath go over here. Don't have your breath go right in their face, because they're just going to go like, they're going to try not to make nasty faces. They're going to try to move out of the way, and then you're going to look right back at them. You're going to follow them with your nasty breath. So be aware of that kind of stuff. But my gums are growing because of the Dilantin. You can see, especially down here. Look at how full they are. Italian, please. That's my call. Everything is done. But seriously, my gums are growing because of the Dilantin. That's like the #1 side effect of Dilantin, is that it makes your gums grow. So I actually have to go to my dentist within the next couple weeks before I got, before I started taking the Dilantin heavily, or I won't say heavily, like when I first started taking it and I found out that it caused your gums to grow like that, I went straight to my dentist and I had him measure all of my gums. I told him, I was like, hey, I'm on Dilantin, and he goes, you know that makes your lungs grow, right? And I was like, I fully have seen these nasty pictures and I do not want to end up like that. Absolutely not. And he says, good, because I don't want you to either. And he went through and they measured every single one of my teeth, all of my gums. And so he has all my, I even called him like a month ago and I said, hey, I don't have money. I don't have insurance right now. Well, I have Medi-Cal, but he doesn't take my insurance. He doesn't take Medi-Cal, but that's the dentist I would definitely prefer to go to because he's not a shitty dentist, you know? So I told him, you know, when I can save up the money and when I can afford to, I want you to come. I'm going to come back and I'm going to have you check my gums out and clean my teeth and all that, and see if you need to cut my gums back. And yes, they have to take a scalpel and cut your gums back. It's like cutting cuticles. Like they have to cut the cuticles back. Oh, it's going to be weird and gnarly. Ooh, and I'm going to be sober. So it's going to be awful. Hopefully not as bad as I think. But, so yeah, that's one thing I have been heavily paying attention to as well as far as my health. I've been paying attention to my gum growth so that way I don't have super obnoxiously overgrown gums. But I'm going to check in with you guys, and I'll probably check in and let you guys know that I've gotten the MRI, and I'll let you know after that went. So I'll show you real quick. This scar right here, that is from the last MRI with contrast. totally blew my vein out. So, oh God, I was so pissed. So hopefully they don't do that to me tomorrow. But I will check in with you guys. Have a good day. Take care of your health. Love you all.